all right. Well, I gotta say, bro, I'm torn right now. I'm torn. I just found out today that my love, one of my first, crushes in life, Rihanna, the beautiful, talented, multi-talented Rihanna, is now a billionaire. And now two of my greatest loves, well, not two of my greatest loves, two things that I'm really passionate about now conflict, right?
Why?
My love of Rihanna is on one hand. My hatred of billionaires is on the other hand. I'm just saying, bro. Like, you know how I feel. There's no clean way you can make $1 billion. That's how I feel.
So I'm torn then because I hate Rihanna.
Mm.
But get your money, boo boo.
I mean, of course, I support. I support. You know, and I love Rihanna. I'm still always gonna love Rihanna. But I feel like I'm going to now just be like, how did you get that billion? You know what I mean?
Fenty, baby.
Yeah, so I actually happened to look it up, and according to Forbes.com, Fenty was a great deal of that billion. So technically she's worth 1.7 billion right now, and Fenty Beauty, like the makeup products, were 1.4 billion of that.
Holy shit.
So look, man, that makeup really sells, man. That makeup really sells, bro. It is obvious. And she passed like all the other beauty brands, Kim K, Kylie, whatever, bigger than all of those, bro. But what I was surprised about is how little music really contributed to that billion, bro. If you got 1.7 billion in just the makeup, like it's only,
How
300
how
million.
how does she go on tour?
Like never.
Right.
Her last album is like 2016. All
So
right.
most artists don't make their money off of the CD. They make their money off the tour.
Okay, you make points. You make points. But I just thought that her music was so popular that she sold so many albums that maybe it would be like, I guess, yeah. No, you know what? It makes sense. I think it's around 270 million or something was the like sum of the rest of her, like the rest of the things that she made money off of. So I could see, music being like 200 million or something like that. I
And if
could
she
see it.
owns her catalog, it'll be completely different.
True, true. Well, either way, whether she drops tours or not, she is the wealthiest female musician in the world right now. And second
And
only,
it wasn't even off of music.
yeah, it wasn't even off of music. Like not even half, not even a quarter was off of music. Um, and second only to Oprah Winfrey as the richest female entertainer. So, man, I mean, I'm torn, man. You know what? I'll say this: Rihanna becoming a billionaire makes me hopeful for all billionaires. Maybe there's some billionaires out there that have hearts. Want to share the wealth, show the love to the people,
Go to space
go to space in a $1 billion rocket, and thank the
and shaped like a
employees.
Johnson.
And thank the employees that you've slaved for years and years. But whatever. Look, man, I love Rihanna, like I said, and it gives me hope. Maybe there's hope for billionaires yet. But welcome back to the 110 podcast. It's your boy Mar B, Mar Bizzle, Mar. No, it's just Mar B.
And
It's
it's your
just
boy,
Mar.
Mick, aka Goya, I Goya XX on Instagram.
Yes, yes, yes. And welcome back to another great conversation. It's great to have y'all back. It's great to be back. And it's great to talk to you, my friend. It's great to talk to you once again.
I am excited for today. I'm a
How
little
you,
tired, but excited.
I was just about to ask how you feeling. You're a little tired. Me too, man. This coffee, this Wawa Colombian roast, it's carrying me the way through right now. It's carrying me all the way through. But still we persist, and we're going to start off as we usually do. with our shout outs and chip fours. So, my shout out for this week is for the Good Samaritans and straight up G's, honestly, that happened to tape a man to a seat on his flight because he was acting crazy. Let's be honest. Freaking man had two drinks on the flight, as people often do. And I don't know if he couldn't hold his liquor or he's just like a
What
super.
airline was this?
This is Frontier Airlines, and it was a flight from Philadelphia to Miami. So shout out to Philly. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this person wasn't from Philly because I don't think a Philly cat would do something like this. But he has two drinks,
You
and
acting out of pocket right now.
exactly that's what somebody's gonna say, especially if there's other Philly people on the
You
flight.
out of pocket. You out of pocket right now. You bugging.
Actually, it might have been Philly people that
Nut ass.
happened to do this, but so he has the two drinks, and on the third, he spills it on his shirt. Basically, so he goes to the bathroom and comes out with no shirt on, and he's tripping. Like when he got the drink, by the way, he kind of like brushed it on the butt of
Flight
the
attendant.
stewardess. Yeah, 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 of the flight attendant. So it was
The
already.
correct word now is flight
Yes, flight
attendant, sir.
attendant. Yes, I respect to all the flight attendants
Read the
out there.
room, okay? Read the room.
But yeah, so he already did that. He brushed the butt of a flight attendant. Then he went into the bathroom, came out with no shirt on. So he was wilding. You see what type of time he was on. He was definitely just out of pocket, out of pocket. So then he goes up to another flight attendant and grabs her breasts, then grabs two flight attendants and grabs them at the same time, bro. He was like just going crazy. So a third flight attendant, obviously steps in like, yo, what's going on here? Maybe you should just chill, sit down, like relax. And he punches that flight attendant in the face. So as you just said, obviously at this point things are all the way out of pocket. And look, man, there was no authorities immediately on the plane. So the passengers stepped up, man. They taped him to his chair. They put a seatbelt around like around him to secure him and made sure that when he was still sitting there and he got arrested when he got off the flight.
So I got a couple things.
Oh man.
Frontier Airlines
Frontier.
should offer hazard discounts and hazard pay to their employees and hazard discount to their customers. I've never flown Frontier. However,
Mm.
somebody very close to me that is a frequent flyer flew with Frontier once and said never again.
Frontier, really, yeah.
Apparently, Frontier is trash, garbage, basura.
Really, really.
So that's my one thing. My second
Okay.
thing is how ghetto does Frontier have to be that they have duct tape on hand?
I mean, I don't think they
A
had.
hole in the plane mid-flight? Don't worry about it. Duct tape it.
I mean, look, man, if it works, it works, though, right? If it works, it works. I mean, everybody has duct tape, bro. I could probably within like 2 minutes pull out a roll of duct tape in my
Right,
crib.
because you're in your house.
That's true. That's true.
But if you were in your Lamborghini, you're not gonna be like, I got duct tape in this motherfucker.
I mean, I don't think it's uncommon to have duct tape in a plane. Like it could be, it could be
It's
used
weird.
for anything. But look, man, I can't lie, man. These people are definitely G'd up for taking out that duct tape and just getting them right, bro. Getting them right. But he obviously needed that, man. The
Did
dude
the
was
flight land?
the flight landed, man, safe and sound.
It landed
I
in
mean, no, no,
Miami.
no, no, no. Oh, yeah. It's like once they got to Miami is when he got arrested. So they made the
That's
whole flight out. They made the
so
whole flight.
I could imagine the the pilot makes an announcement. Flight whatever. We're gonna be making an emergency stop in North Carolina uh, to get the young man off of the plane, and then somebody from the back grab his ass.
Like, forget
I'm
it,
late.
dog. Bro, I'm not missing out on this Miami trip.
Free before 11. Let's go.
He said, live on Sunday. I will make it there by Sunday. Nothing is stopping me from.
Yeah, they're like, nah, we on time. Don't worry, we on
Yeah,
time.
for sure, man.
Captain, we got this.
But I respect it, man. I truly respect it, because obviously, the flight attendant, the people that are supposed to be looking out for the passengers, the flight attendant got hooked. Let's be honest. The flight attendant just got hooked. So there was no protection on that plane.
They're probably gonna charge them like terrorists
Oh well,
charges.
you know what? Surprisingly, they only charged him with 3 counts of battery, which I thought was. I'm
Not
like, bro,
sexual assault.
that's what I said. That's what I'm like, bro. You still groped 2 women, like in the midst of all of this. I don't know how you didn't get any even close to charges like that. You know what I mean? That was kind of odd to me. But I also will mention that this dude is 22 years old. Maxwell Berry. So
Even
sounds
the
like.
name sounds fake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
Bradley
sounds like
Cooper.
they they definitely. It seemed like they gave him like a slap on the wrist ish type of charge. But I don't know. Battery 3 counts. It might go away for some time. I'm not gonna lie. It might go away for some time.
No,
Huh?
I don't. Not battery.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, 3 counts. That's what I'm saying, man. But he was tripping, man. Shout out to the people that handled that. Honestly, shout out to the people that handled that and made it to Miami. Hopefully, they had a good time. Hopefully, they had a good time. Now, on to our shit four, man. On to our shit four. Um, this one's kind of a doozy. It's gonna be for the estranged wife of the San Jose hockey player. Wait, hold on. Let me bring up his name. I can't believe I didn't write down his name. It is Eddie Kane. Is it Eddie Kane, or am I just making that up?
Sounds like you're making that up.
Evander Kane, that's what it is. So the wife of Evander Kane, came out on Instagram Saturday night and alleged that her husband. And Evander Kane plays for the San Jose Sharks, by the way. Just wanted to make that known, hockey team. So she came out and alleged that her husband bet on his team's games, so he would bet on Shark games. Um, and also he would purposely throw games, like he would intentionally sabotage his team so that he could pay off his gambling debts. And for this, I'm giving her shit. Now, look, there's merit to her claim. This can be possibly true. The man has already filed for bankruptcy in the past. He lost 1.5 milli in gambling debts in 12 months already. Um, so it's possible that he has a gambling problem. Losing 1.5 milli on bets, tad excessive, you know what I mean? But you're also like, super rich hockey player, so 1.5 might just be a little skin off your bones, not too much. But
5
1.5 million. I don't know. Look, man, you talk
for a
about
hockey
God.
player.
I mean, he's 3 years into a $49 million contract. Maybe 1.5 is, you know what I mean? You got 50 of them things. Maybe you can spare one, one and a half of them. But look, so like I said, there's merit to her claim. This could totally be true, but it is a big claim. It is a big claim, and I have to give her shit because I feel like she's messing up her own bag. Right now, she's an estranged wife. I don't know if they officially been divorced. I don't know if they're still together and they're just like separated or whatever. But no matter what, there's probably some way that you could get money from him off of knowing this. You know what I mean? Like, she could have easily just held the secret over him for money. And now you get parts of the 49 milli. Am I wrong?
Probably.
Uh, Look,
I mean, I'm sure he wasn't out like not giving her money anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, all right, so that's my other point. If he was probably giving you money anyway, you're claiming that he's cheating like the game, like he's cheating the game, which is, as far as the rules of any sport goes, this is probably the highest offense. You know what I mean? Is cheating in the game.
And I don't see how somebody cheats playing hockey.
This, bro, I think about it all the time, man. There's stories that there's definitely been a ton of stories that we've heard growing up, or just like stories, that just were around us about the mob, like, threatening players and making them throw games and all that stuff, or threatening boxers and making them boxing. I could see it can be thrown. I could possibly see it being thrown, but most sports, I'm like, how can you throw a game? Like basketball, you could be one of the best players and like mess up a lot, but like somebody's going to see that and probably take you out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
I feel
so,
like the only people that could throw a game are pitchers and
mm,
QBs.
okay, okay.
More QBs than pitchers because QBs they tend to keep them in even if they're playing bad.
Yeah.
Pitchers could just throw a couple like lob balls and then so they could go ahead and then they get taken out. But I don't see how a hockey player could throw a game.
Yeah, man. And it's funny that you mentioned those two positions, because that's why they're paid so high. I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure that's why why pitchers are paid, so much money, and QBs is like, so you won't throw this. So you won't
Is he a
somebody won't
goalie?
tempt you. I don't know. Don't even get me freaking started on
What's this
what
guy's name?
positions, but
You didn't
Evander.
do the research?
I did. Evander Kane. It's Vander Kane, but I don't know what position he plays on the Sharks. But let's check it for a second. Let us check it
He's
for
left
a
wing.
second. Left wing. So
You
not
have no idea what that is.
no clue. No. Hey man, I played hockey for like 2 weeks, and then I got slap shotted in the eye and quit that whole thing. So
But I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with guarding the goal.
yeah,
So
not at all.
I don't see how he would throw a game. I think she's lying. I think he got caught cheating on her and was like, "I'm gonna ruin your life."
Yeah, man. I can't lie. When I was telling other people about this. Every girl that I told about this said that same exact thing. They're like, "Oh no, he's cheated. He just cheated, and she blew up the whole thing." You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know. I'm still giving her shit. Like I said, to me, I'm still giving her shit. Because I feel like you just messed up the bag. You could have like finessed a little bit more with it. Now, if he gets, if it turns out that it's true and that he really did cheat, and like he's gonna get kicked. Like that's it. That's the end of his, life or whatever. That's the end of his what do you call that thing? What do you call the thing that you want to do all the time? And
Your
what do you
dream,
call that? Yeah, well that too, but
your
there's
career.
something else. There's another name, like I my living or something. What he does for a living. You're taking away what he does for a living, basically. And
English is hard for you today.
it's hard, man. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. But look, man, I'm giving a shit, and I don't care who gives me the backlash right now, man. Because I feel like she could have handled that differently. But maybe that's just me being selfish, man. Maybe it's me being selfish. Well,
You're just being a man.
maybe. But look, man, I could say I the reason I had brought up this story is because I recently went on like I went to on a trip to the casino, right? I was having a bad day, to be honest, and I did something that I never do. I tried, even though I got my vices, coffee. you know, like not sleeping, things like that. I always try
Working.
working probably. I always try not to do these things when I'm upset so that I don't like try to like lean on these things as like, all right, this is what I do when I'm upset type of thing, right? So I don't usually like when I'm upset, like I'm gonna go drink coffee and smoke cigarettes and everything like that. I just chill. I try to do the opposite, like, and be like, all right, I'm not gonna do any of these things until I feel better, right? So I made an exception. I went to the casino, which is not something that I do often. Honestly, I've only been to the casino. This is probably my fourth time, with my first time being with you, bro. That was when I visited you in Puerto Rico. We went to the casino for like probably 45 minutes to an hour. I remember I played the roulette table. I think we did the slots for like 10 seconds and I broke even. I brought in $45 and I broke even. Um, yeah, that was the first time I've ever been to a casino. I can't believe you didn't remember this. Such a cherished moment in my heart. But yeah,
I
so this is
remember.
like my fourth time going into the casino, and I've done so. I did something. I was upset. I was upset that day. So I did something that I've always wanted to do for like maybe like a year now. Um, but it was I wanted to go to the whole sports book thing, and basically it's like one big room with a bunch of recliners where you know every sports event is on at one time, and it's on like a big screen. You got your beers, you can get food, you chill, and you bet on sports, right? So like I said, I usually don't do this. I usually don't try to enjoy vices while I'm upset. But I was like, F it, man. I'm just gonna go to this casino. I'm gonna run it up. At least if I win some money, then I feel better. And what did I do? Now I only I spent $30. Let's just start this off. I'm being honest with the audience. I spent $30, which is nothing really, but I lost every bet. I was mad about that. I was kind of mad about that. Like everything that I put up, I just lost. So it was like a double I don't feel great today, like type of moment, man. So I say that to say I don't know if I could get to 1.5 milli like my guy Vander Kane. Um but I get him though. I do get him. Once you're down, you feel like you got to try to, go hard to come back up. But I think he went a little too hard if he really did like sabotage his own team to, to pay off a couple of that. But also look, man, effective way to do it though. Effective way to do it. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna lie. I just don't understand why he bet on his like I gotta see the bets. I hope it's not he bet on his team to lose or something like that.
Or
But
could
he
it be
should
that he was in debt 1.5
mm,
and the bookie said, you no,
you lose.
no, because
I'll put the bet
sports
on.
gambling is legal now. So it doesn't
Yeah.
even make sense.
Yeah. I don't know, man. All I would say is freaking I would make the bet on myself if I wanted to sabotage myself, like and win. I would be like, I am going to score under 3 goals today. I put $1 million on it, and then I won't score, and then I go out there and don't score 3 goals. Boom! I win the bet. I'm back. That's how I feel, man. He should. I hope he didn't make any like team type of bets. Is what I'm saying, basically. But I do feel him. It was crazy, crazy situation, and now he's under investigation with the NHL, man. It seems like it's getting serious. It seems like it's getting serious, and it might go to court. It might really go all the way up to courts. But either way, let's get on into another court situation, my friend. Scarlett Johansson. Now, let me first ask you: have you seen Black Widow? I know you're into Marvel a lot.
No, because I'm not paying $30 on Disney Plus, and I wasn't going to the movie theater.
Oh man, that brings up a lot of what goes into this whole situation. So let's back up. Let's back up a little bit. Obviously, let's talk about the pandemic, right? And Marvel. And
Pandemic, what's up?
yeah, all right. Um
More like plandemic.
dun, 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 whatever. By the way, I got my vax. I got vax. Yeah, young vax up
Johnson and
here.
Johnson?
Nah, not Johnson and Johnson. I got Moderna. Maybe I shouldn't even be sharing this. Is this like private information? By the way, I feel like low key I sold my soul just because of how other people like were excited like when I told them like um so I go to work and like I took off of work basically to go do this. And when I come back and tell them like today, like, yo, let me show you the card and everything, because they like laminate it or I'm sorry, they make a copy of it. When I told them, they're like, oh, you got vaxxed? I'm like, yeah, I was a person that was apprehensive about it and everything. I've said that on the pod. Um, I told my friends that like I never get the new iPhone, so why would I wait for the first version of the vax? I mean, I'm waiting for the second version. I used to tell people that all the time, but I told my boss that, and she was like, "It's better, but it's better late than never, right?" And I swear, she had like a little like this type of hand
Was she
motion.
white?
No, she was Puerto Rican, but yeah, she had like this type of hand motion, and then she just started laughing. I was like,
We got another one, boy.
yeah, bro. I swear, bro. I felt like I felt like I don't know. I just got set up or something. And also the day before,
Activate chip 223.
another I should have started with this, but the day before, I'm talking to another person right before I get it, like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about getting it. And they just start going on a super like not I'm not gonna say anti-vax. They were basically anti-vax or they were against being called anti-vax. They were just like, because I don't want to take it, I don't understand why I'm being alienated by the world, blah 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 blah. That
I
type of thing.
understand the argument.
Yeah, no, and I did too, but it was just so funny to kind of see both sides in that moment. Like right before I took it, was somebody giving me like an argument about why I shouldn't take it, and then after I took it, like just to see somebody's like
Did you get
elation.
both?
No, not yet. I got another 3 weeks, and then I get the second one. But
Wait into that second one, boy.
yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like first couple hours, like it was like chill. But I did underestimate it a little bit. Like I was like by the nighttime last night, I was like, oh snap, like my arms really hurting, and most of the day today, I was like sluggish. Like I was like, man, I don't feel like doing anything, all day. But the second one is the one that I'm freaking nervous about. I can't lie. Damn, now you're making me go backwards in time about this situation, because I got to tell you about how I even got it. I went to local pharmacy.
Okay, good. I thought you were like some guy on the bus was like, yo, I
Nah,
got you.
and he's like, wow, it just hit me. Went to a local
Oh,
pharmacy, but it felt like that though, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it felt like that. I I'll say it again. I was apprehensive about getting the vaccine, right? Apprehensive about getting it. So I wanted to come in and like talk to this person, like, yo, what's up? Like, what am I gonna feel? What's about to happen? Like, whatever, you know what I mean? How much do you know about this stuff? When I tell you, before I even got a chance to ask, the needle was in my arm, bro. I went to like the back behind the whole pharmacy counter where you ask for your prescription and everything
did
to
she wipe you
like
with alcohol?
uh yeah, white mule alcohol,
Okay,
but it
okay.
was like in a back, it wasn't even in a room, like it was like in the aisles. It was like in the aisles of the pharmacy. I'm dead serious, like in the back aisles. And and so like he says pull up your sleeve, and he wipes me off with the alcohol swab. And as I'm like getting, like I was looking away at first, and then as I'm like turning to be like Yeah. So what? Bam. I'm like, okay, I just got it. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It was like that. So, um, yeah, man. I'm not feeling like crazy. I'm not feeling bad, like bad or anything. Just sore arm right now.
But
Um,
you got to remember that they activated, like they allowed a whole bunch of people to be able to vaccinate. So when
mm.
I went, I got this lady that looks like she was a nurse in like the 40s, like she was a cab driver, and super old lady, super sweet though, super sweet. And this is for my second shot, and she gives me the alcohol swab right
Mm,
here, vaccinates me right here,
mm.
and then puts the band-aid right
Oh
here.
no!
And she
Oh,
was like, "Did I get it?" I was like, "Yeah, lady, you got
sure.
it."
You got it. Don't worry. All right. So maybe I'm not the only one. I mean,
And
look.
this was at a hospital.
Oh,
Like it
not.
wasn't like at a at one of those like vaccine drives or anything. It was at a hospital, like a known hospital.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna lie, man. Look, I understand that this is an emergency situation, but damn, make it look a little better, man. A little better out here. Like I felt like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I felt like I did something illegal, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that's how I felt.
He's like, "How you feeling?" Everything's moving really slow.
I really felt like I did something
Shit, I
illegal or
gave him the
something.
wrong stuff.
Yeah. That's what I was. Look, this is too quick. Even look, my appointment was supposed to be on Saturday, and they just called me like, "Yo, can you come in today?" I'm like, bro, I'm at work right now. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, "Nah, can you come in today?" I'm just trying to get everybody at the same time. I'm like, it's a vaccine, bro. Like, this should be readily available at any time. You know what I mean?
In their defense, it has to be kept at a certain temperature, so they may not have the capabilities to keep it at that temperature for a long period of time.
Oh, man, look, I should be able to go in 2 a.m. and get a vax, dog.
What do you think? This is 7-Eleven?
Yes, 7 vax 11. Um, but yeah, nah. I got one shot. I'm half vaxxed. Gonna get the other one.
So, so 3 weeks away. So in 6 weeks, we'll be able to do something that we haven't been able to do in a long time.
What's that?
Kiss.
Oh, of course. Um, Definitely. I've been waiting all pandemic for that. Honestly. But it is ironic that it's ironic that I'm getting it now. Because it's like I'm probably not even going to get to enjoy the whole no mask thing. Not gonna lie to you. I'm probably not gonna get to enjoy that whole
It was
no
fun
mask
while
thing.
it was fun while it lasted.
It is what it is, man. Honestly, you guys, anybody that's listened to us this whole time that we've been doing our pod has known I don't really care. Just do the mask, whatever, bro. Do whatever you want. I was gonna probably wear the mask the whole time anyway. Um, but I really don't care about this. Like I can't be up in arms either way about this, honestly. I really don't care. I just
I've,
do it just to do it.
I've realized that I don't care about if you wear your mask or not.
Mm,
I don't really care if I wear my mask, especially since I've been injected.
mm,
But I was at a family gathering this weekend that I know some of them were not vaccinated.
mm.
My I What's crazy is that on this party was Saturday. On Monday, my allergies started acting up, and I was like, "I got the vid. I got the vid.
I got that thing, man. But
Delta, Delta."
this is, I mean, look, man, and this is something I think that a lot of people can relate to. Um, Nobody knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Like none of us know what's going on. We can just try to prepare as much as we think we can, you know? So like now when I see mixed situations with people with no mask or I'm like, bro, there's probably a chance I can get this thing anyway. It don't matter if we all got masks on. I'm like, man, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at this point. I'm just trying
I've
to stay out the way, you know?
I've realized that I feel as if I haven't gotten it yet, I'm probably not going to get it because whatever I'm doing works.
Mm,
And now that I'm vaccinated, I feel like there's less of a chance of me getting it. But I'm only continuing what I do because I have a small child that cannot be vaccinated.
I see.
And even if he was able to get vaccinated, I wouldn't vaccinate him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And yeah, so I mean, I knock on wood, man. Look, there's been uh, a million or maybe more, right? That people that have died from COVID. So it's not like I don't, I don't think either of us are taking this lightly. It's just, man, it's got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Prepare as much as you can, and then just keep pushing forward. You know. Um, but yeah, that's a little fun. That was a little fun aside. I mean, look, man, let's go all the way. New York is now requiring, the Vax cards um, at basically all restaurants and gyms. Um,
615K.
615K. What?
Yes.
Oh, 615K. All right, so we're not at a million.
The US.
Oh, US isn't at a million, which is good, but I mean, shit, that's a lot, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of lives lost for sure. So once again, we're not taking it lightly at all. It's just like I said, you just got to prepare as much as you can and just do what you got to do, you know. But how do you feel about New York, man? Like they're saying
I don't
Vax
care because I
card or
don't go
not.
to New York.
I love New York. I would love to go to New York.
I'll never go back.
Um, I freaking so it kind of affected me. It kind of like threw me back a little bit. Like, damn, man, they really are drawing the line. That world that we've talked about in earlier pods about being barred from doing this and that because of your vaccination status is starting to happen, man. It is definitely starting to happen.
I
Um,
mean, I like to throw on my conspiracy cap every so often.
mhm.
This has nothing to do with COVID, man. This has to do with trying to create commotion over here to block what's going on over here.
Mm. I mean, yeah, that
Cuomo, Cuomo's getting called out for his sexual harassment charges, bro.
that's a fizzy fact. That is a
11
fizzy
women,
fact.
according to the New York District Attorney. So this ain't no Fox News stuff.
Nah,
This
yeah,
is New York District Attorney said 11 sexual harassment cases, and of course, he's like, "Oh, masks are back" to try to bury it. But, bro,
yeah, we see that. I did see the play. I can't lie. I did see the play. He tried to do the whole mask thing to get, I guess, get people riled up once again, and then boom. This story has been developing for a while now. He's been under investigation, and he allowed the investigation to happen. It wasn't like he like protested it or anything like that. But yeah, 11 women have come out, and the stories are like connecting. Like they have like the same, what I mean, same kind of details. So it's not looking good, man. It's going on. A lot of people are calling for him to be fired. Even the president. Even the president is like, "Yo, man, step down, step out of here." Um, so far, as of right now, he's like,
the president said for him to resign. He didn't say for him to get fired.
"Yeah, yeah, exactly, resign, resign." Um,
I'm just
but
making sure that when YouTube checks this, they're like misinformation.
yeah, oh yeah, all right. Well, I respect it. I respect it. But it looks like he's not going to step down. It looks like he's not going to, back down. He said this is not out of, this is, totally out out of his character and everything. And well, no, I'm sorry. He kind of said the opposite. He kind of said that he loves hugging people and being close. He actually showed a slideshow of him hugging people on
And one
different
of them was
occasions.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, that was probably not the best for your case, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Probably not the best for your case.
These people didn't say I was sexually harassing them, but sir, you did sexually harass them, but they didn't say it.
So I mean, so what are you saying? Is that he's punishing all of well, a good swath of New Yorkers by saying no vax card, no restaurants?
Yeah, I don't think he's punishing them. I just think he's trying to hit the headlines
Mm,
and trying to bury all the other shit because New Jersey that is known to follow suit with New York. He just said, "I strongly recommend when you walk into a store to put on a mask. I strongly recommend it, but we're not going to mandate it."
Yeah. 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 It's crazy. And you know what's funny is that I respect those that are doing the strongly recommend right now. Like I see that a lot in like small businesses as of late and everything. And surprisingly, other than like big stores like Wawa, Walmart, stuff like that, most people are still wearing a mask. You know, like most of the time when I go into the store, most people are still wearing a mask. Like I'd say like 70 to 80%, to be honest. Um, so yeah, I mean, it looks like the suggestions work. You know what I mean? It looks like the suggestions do make some type of difference.
California's another one.
Yeah,
They're not mandating. Like they're not saying, "Oh, if you don't have a vac." Like California's been one of the like first people to start doing moves. I honestly think that New York Cuomo is trying to cover something up. I mean, we know that he wants to cover something up, but I feel like he's doing it just to cover up. He's not doing it for for the best and the health of of New Yorkers.
yeah,
Come on, New York is one of the most polluted cities in the world.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you see
yeah.
him doing small checks and all that shit. He don't care.
That's true. That is true, man. I'll tell you another big entity that doesn't really care that much about their people. Disney. We
I was trying to
we
figure out when you're gonna go back to the point of what you were talking about.
It's all good though. It's all good. I was holding it in, waiting for a nice transition. That was like a 2.5, but we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. Look, man, Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney right now, and I asked you if you've seen Black Widow. You said no. I haven't seen Black Widow either. But it is over Black Widow. So I started this whole segment by saying let's start at the pandemic. And yes, although all these things happened all up to the whole Cuomo situation, well, also another big thing that happened during the pandemic was that these big movie studios switched from theaters basically to putting out things digitally. Um, or maybe they didn't
Which I
switch.
love,
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they didn't
except for
fully.
Disney.
Well, some didn't fully switch. It was in a like this switch happened in different ways, right? Freaking Universal put out a movie that came out in theaters first and then later on came out digitally, right? And they tried this with a couple movies. I think the first one was like Trolls or something like that. And Disney was another early adopter of this thing. But they tried out a different like type of strategy where they put out the movie and the theatrical release out at the same time, basically. So that was like Mulan, that was Black Widow. I forgot what other movie they did that. They did that with. They've been doing it a bunch. I think that movie Soul also got dropped at the same time, right? So you say you don't like Disney Plus. How they do it? I'm going to guess. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's because you're already paying for a subscription, how much ever you're paying for the subscription, and Disney is asking you to pay an extra $30.
$30. $30.
$30.
When when HBO Plus, which I'm telling y'all, switch over to HBO Plus. It's the shit.
Mm,
So HBO Plus doesn't even own the movie. Like we're talking about like Warner Brothers shit, bro.
mm,
So they didn't create that movie. So they would be incentivized to charge to get more money off of something that they didn't even spend money on.
yeah,
But they don't. They give it to you for the free, granted with a subscription, but for the free. Disney, you got to pay $10 or $12 a month for Disney Plus, and then you got to pay $30.
$30 on top of it,
That's
and I'm
steep, bro.
yeah, that's more than I mean, look, I get it. It's more than you would pay at the theaters, but you get to keep it, right? Like you get to keep it forever, type of thing.
I
Um,
mean, not really,
no,
because Then because they only keep it on there for
Yeah,
uh
however long they keep it on
like
there.
let's say 30 days, and then 30 days it's up, it goes missing for 2 weeks, and then they put it back on. So it's not really yours. You don't get a copy of it.
So $30 for that? Yeah, I feel you. I kind of feel how you
Send
coming
me
with
a
that.
t-shirt at least.
Like a little, poster of the movie or something like
Yeah.
that. If people still doing that.
A beer koozie.
So there's
Fucking a Mickey Mouse hat. $30. That's crazy.
that is a lot, man. That is a lot. So, and I think a lot of people agree with you and feel the same way. Hold on, you out of focus. What just happened, bruh? Bring it back. Hold on, we gotta pause. We gotta
No, no,
pause
no.
for
We're
this.
good. We're good.
Oh, you good, you good, you good.
I got
All right.
hype, bro. I got hype. And then
You
Brandon was
got
like,
two.
yo,
Like, chill, bro. Chill.
he had a
You
pocket. He had a focus.
keep focused. Oh, you gotta keep the focus. But yeah. So look, I think a lot of people feel like you, where they're like, "Yo, I don't want to pay this $30." And but I also think there's a lot of people that are like, "F it, man. I don't feel like going to this movie theater. I don't feel like driving out here." And look, I went with one other person to the theater like a couple weeks ago to see Space Jam. I spent yeah, I know, to see Space Jam, and it was in a storm. It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was on
Mm,
HBO Max for free.
I know, but it was just for the experience. I thought that Space Jam was something that maybe was worth seeing in the theater. It wasn't. It was trash to me, but it was trash to me, bro. But I'm not a kid though. You know what I mean? So
I loved it, bro.
really, I did not. I think if I would have watched
I
it at the crib, if I would have watched it at the crib, I would think
Probably
high. You know what I mean?
that
Highly of it.
that probably would have changed my mind.
Yeah, but
But
watching it in theaters is like, bro, what is LeBron doing?
I'm tired of people saying that it was for the kids. It wasn't for the kids,
It was for
man.
the kids,
It
man.
was
It was
for
for
us.
the kids. It was for the
That movie
kids.
was not for the kids. All the little Easter eggs that they put in it, it was not for the kids. It was for us, bro. It was
Well,
for the people that grew up watching the original Space Jams. They're able to see all the nostalgia from Warner Brothers and stuff like
yeah,
that in the movie. It was not, the storyline was trash, but everything else was fire.
LeBron acting was
LeBron's acting was trash, but
respect to
so was
LeBron.
Michael Jordan's.
Yeah, but I
The
think Michael
only
Jordan
difference,
paid it up.
no, the only difference is that LeBron James had more lines than Michael Jordan.
I think Michael Jordan is like more naturally cool than LeBron. I think LeBron is a little bit of trying to be cool type of thing. No disrespect to him, but I mean, look, man, you were the freaking goat since you were 18. You didn't have time to like be in the mix and be cool. You know what I mean? Like you was already cool from just being the best basketball player in the world. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have like a immense amount of swag to me, and I think that showed in the acting. Like it was like, bro, I could tell you're acting definitely, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point. You're right, man. I went to go see the thing in theaters. I should have just watched it on streaming. A lot of people are making that decision right now. You know what I mean? They're like, "F it, I'm not going to the movies. I'm just gonna go sit there and watch it on streaming, because it's more convenient." And that very fact is what is hurting Scarlett Johansson's pockets right now. So Black Widow comes out, right? Um, and it's released simultaneously in theaters and on streaming. So your first week, it might do great because everybody wants to see the movie. Everybody, in both spheres, you know what I mean? People want to go to the movies to see it, people want to see it on streaming. But because it's right there, I could go watch it at any time on Disney Plus right there. The second week and the third week and the fourth week are gonna fall off. You know what I mean? And they did. The second week fell off drastically, bro, because after you get over the hype of that first week, after you get over like the did you see it? You know what I mean? All the word of mouth and everything. Look, man, there's Netflix movies that I've had sitting in the tuck in my list for like years now. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? So I guess a lot of people were tucking in Black Widow and just chilling on it. And that her Scarlett Johansson, man. Like she has a she, her contract, and often many actors and actresses contracts with these companies entail that you have points, you have a percentage of the profit, of the box office numbers. If your box office numbers are getting hurt by streaming, you get less profit basically. And this is her argument for why she should sue. I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I agree.
Um,
But my argument is this: Netflix has been doing, Disney Plus has been doing this since the pandemic has started.
correct.
You should have known that this was going to happen, and you should have negotiated before the movie was released.
Okay, so supposedly she did attempt to negotiate. She did attempt to contact Marvel and Disney to talk it out, and received no response. Like they iced her. Um what they did do after the movie was released was give her extra $20 million though. Just I guess for hitting bonuses and everything like that. But she's still going forth with a lawsuit because she believes that she could have made a lot more off of that. Um, I respect it, man. I wanted to bring this story up because I think that it's going to set a huge precedent. You know what I mean? Um, we have these artists, we have actresses, singers, songwriters that put their hearts and souls into their job and what they do. Um, and it sucks to see streaming kind of just like eat it up, man. And it seems to go across the board with artists because musicians are fighting the same thing with streams. I wonder how this thing is really going to, and how does the scale balance itself? That's my question right now.
Set up the same way that they eventually set up the what was the counter for like the when like an album goes platinum.
Oh, like the certification, like
Yeah.
RA
So
certificate.
do you remember when they weren't counting streams?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true.
So set up something like that. Like for every purchase on Disney Plus, you get X amount of money. HBO has to have something running like that already because LeBron James needs to get paid.
Yeah,
Everybody from the Justice League needs to get paid. Suicide Squad needs to get paid. Uh, Ju- Judith and the Black Messiah was a release on in movie theaters and also on HBO Plus
so it's like,
Max. So, like HBO has been doing this since the platform has been released,
I,
and you haven't heard of any other actors arguing it.
yeah, I think Disney's getting over. I think they saw a loophole, or they saw.
Yeah,
Well, actually, it's not even a loophole because the lawsuit right now is for breach of contract. So,
which makes sense because what I'm guessing is
mhm,
that Jamie Foxx was in Soul.
mhm,
Jamie Foxx probably signed the contract with it being written like it's going to release on Disney Plus and you're going to get X amount of money.
yeah,
More than likely, Scarlett Johansson, since it's a MCU contract,
mhm.
she probably signed that contract 4 movies ago.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, it might have, yeah, the deal might have been done a while ago. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So Disney should have proactively did like an amendment to that contract, but
Yeah.
they're like, oh well, maybe we could get away with it. It's messed up.
Yeah, yeah, it's messed up, man. I really do hope that she sees all the money, you know what I mean, that she's looking for. Because it is messed up, man. They try to do like a little underhanded move, and whether doesn't matter whether you're watching it on the big screen or the small screen, like she's still putting the same amount of work, you know what I mean, and deserves her money for what she's earned, man. So
I'm I'm just sad because from what it sounds like is we're probably not going to be seeing Scarlett Johansson in another Marvel movie.
yeah, I doubt that. Yeah, I doubt that they'll continue working with her and everything. Which is, yeah, that is kind of sad. I mean, I'm not like the hugest Black Widow fan, but I mean, just for like justice's sake, I guess, you know.
She was deadly, bro.
She was deadly, man. But I'll tell you who else was deadly last night, bro. That D block, bro. That LOX, man. It was definitely a murder scene in Madison Square Garden last night, bro. If you guys don't know, I'm talking about the verses that happened last night. You guys know verses put on by Swiss and Timberland, two artists, sometimes two groups, but or sometimes two producers, you know, but basically two entities
Are you saying
face
that?
off.
Are you saying that producers aren't artists?
They are artists, but I do want to put them in an even more special category. I mean, calling them producers is almost calling them an artist, and you know what I mean, like a technician type of vibe. I don't know,
You don't
man. Producers, let me know. Producers, let me know.
you don't appreciate the business, man.
But two, these are two
Haven't you realized that I always
entities.
try to make you look
I
bad
know, I
because you're
know.
too nice. You're too nice. You literally. I try to poke the bear on like big issues, and you're like, well, let's just breeze over that one. So I'm gonna call you out every time that you say something wrong.
You got to call me out on music stuff, and that's where I'll start getting super passionate, and then I'll be like, oh nah, we can't talk about this. So maybe there's some passion in LOX and Dipset, um, facing off against each other. So like I said, you know, versus two entities against each other, they play their hits one by one, and the fans decide. There's no actual judge. It's just, you know, all love on Instagram, or all hate on Instagram. Depends on how it's going. So unfortunately, neither of us saw this. Neither of us actually watched it live. I'm definitely planning to go back and watch it on YouTube. But I saw a ton of clips, and they all said the same thing to me, man. The Lox bar- buried Dipset. Almost choked on my spit right there because it was just that bad. Um, bro, I wish I would have seen this live, but I know that it's probably good that I didn't because I would have woke up my neighbors, man. Um, so it seemed to be, from what I saw, it seemed to be uh a fun affair, very New York, man. Like, you know, the whole Dipset and their squad, all the people was out on the stage in Madison Square Garden. The whole Lox is out. There's 100 chains on the stage. It's just super New York hip hop. Like it's the stuff that we love and grew up
But
on.
I heard the reason that Dipset lost is because Cam wasn't wearing pink.
That could be the reason, man. That could be the reason. I think they was sleeping, honestly. I think that uh look, man, Dipset is known for being like their rapping styles, at least, are known for being like more laid back. I think that kind of hurt them in the end, bro. Because bro, Lox was putting on a freaking clinic, specifically Jada, bro. He was just going super hard, bro. He was talking all types of crap. First song, you know, he's making a proclamation about how, you know, him and the Lox are real New York. They really, you know, about their neighborhood. They're really about, you know, the life that they're talking about. And um Dipset, you know, chimes in about really being from New York and everything too. And like, this is how the first song drops. Jada just goes like, "Yo, Cameron, you live in Miami. Drop the track." And then just drops it right there and just start heating them, bro. I'm telling you, he starts flaming from that moment on.
I
Um
live in Miami. I like to visit my Grammy Amy.
yeah. So from the clips that I saw from that point, man, of course Dissa has tons of hits, man. But bruh, the Lox was just killing them, bruh. Every song, the Lox is just killing them. My favorite part that I saw thus far is like Jada just starts doing the Who Shot Ya freestyle. My guy, this is for anybody that wants to be a rapper, anybody that is like really like into rap like down to like a nerd sense. Like I like the technical parts of rap and all that stuff, and I like how seeing how people perform. That the way that Jada delivers this verse, bro, this is how you like perfectly perform a song, bro. This is how you perfectly perform a rap song. Like the man just put his heart, you could hear everything super clear and like you can feel what he's saying. We might have to pause. We might have to pause it to play it. Actually, we might get copyrighted for the beat, so maybe not. Maybe not.
I wasn't playing that. Are you crazy?
We definitely gonna get copyrighted for the beat,
Nope.
but but bro, like I said, any true rap fans, you have to listen to how he delivers this verse, man. Like you just feel it in your heart. You're just like making the face the whole time, bro. And I'm like, I can't wait to watch the rest of this battle because I want to see what Dipset did after that. Because it was just like, bro, he literally slams the mic down, like he just slams the mic down at the end of the verse, like it was that crazy. Um, bro, New York was in the building. That's what else can I say? What else can I say? Would you have rooted for Dipset? Did we talk about this beforehand? Did you have Dipset in this battle?
I'm always gonna have Dipset.
You always that surprises me. Oh, I knew Jimmy was your boy. Jimmy was definitely your boy. From even back in the day. And Jewels too. Um, but nah, man,
And if
I
you remember, I used to do my camera on
yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
Orange, apple,
Orange.
but
Uh,
man, I also remember us playing a lot of Jada and stuff like that. Back in the day. Bro, personally, Jada is like one of my favorites, man. I can't lie. It's just the way that he raps is like no fluff, no rap lyrical miracle tricks, like just straight up like even the impressiveness of the rhymes and everything isn't what makes Jada hard. Is just like how impactful what the words he's saying is.
so the locks was for the streets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's always been the thing. D Block has always been for the streets. But Dipset, it was just there was just a vibe around Dipset that was just fun to be around, bro. Like fun to listen to, fun to watch. I mean, Diplomatic Immunity to me, one of the best albums.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I'll go back and listen to that and just remember where I was when I first heard it.
Yeah, man. Um, that was another thing that became apparent to me too, just like watching the clips and everything, is that it's really two different styles, like really two completely different styles, and it just shows you like how much swag there is in New York. You know what I mean? Like how much people have pride for their area. You know what I mean? To whereas like it goes down to the way that you dress and everything too. Like it was really something special, man. It was really something special. And then to just have it all tie into hip hop and for them to be just like it was gritty, bro. It was like they were talking shit to each other. They were like, you know, shouting over each other. Like it was really gritty hip hop. But you're right. I think it proves something. It proved an age old debate, which is like in a battle, what wins? Good songs, you know what I mean? Like good songs or good like bars or like hard bars. And I think the hard bars won, man. The hard bars won. I'm telling you, in that Jada who shot your freestyle, like you can hear the crowd go like, ooh, like you can literally hear the crowd go off. Like, and that's something that you don't really hear too much anymore. You know what I mean? Outside of like a battle, outside of like a battle or something like that. You know what I mean? Like the crowd was going crazy, man. I feel like that's like it's gonna be like a once a week watch. I haven't even watched it yet, and I feel like it's gonna turn into something I gotta turn on just when I want to get hyped.
We could appreciate them now because, like I said, back then they were street.
Mm.
Dipset was like it was for the street, but it was also something that like you could bump in your car, bump at a party type of shit. You feel me? Um, so I feel like like now you're able to appreciate it because you are looking at like legends, and people
Yeah, yeah.
know that they're looking at legends. So now they're actually listening. I was gonna say listening. Now they're actually listening. So I think that's why everybody's saying that the Lox won.
It is crazy, man. I often measure how the mind like plays tricks on you and everything, like through music, because I could see it so clearly sometimes. Like, for example, going back to our last week, me giving the baby shit for it, right? I realized that like when I don't like somebody, like or when I'm like not I don't have a positive view of an artist or whatever, that like the music don't even hit, it doesn't even hit to me. You know what I mean? And when I really like somebody, it hits, you know what I mean? A lot of people were making the point that all right, the baby made these homophobic comments, um, but the artist also on the same bill as him would, have made comments about misogyny or killing people and things like that too, um so why should the baby be the one that's canceled, right? And that really like hit me in the head. I didn't think about it like I mean I had thought about it before passively, but I was really thinking about it actively at that point. And I'm like, dang man, why does that hit? Like why do all these songs about murder, misogyny and everything? Like why do we let that go and not like try to
Because somebody called it out. That's why. Nobody called them out on it, but because somebody called it out, now everybody gets behind that person, and that's generally why I side with the one that's getting canceled
mm,
until like hear the full story.
yeah.
Until like uh R. Kelly canceled that motherfucker, canceled him.
So
But like I've read the stuff like after we spoke about it, I didn't hear about it until you told me. So I read on it.
yeah,
I don't think he said any. Do I think that his mindset is wrong? Yes, but he spoke what he thought, and I
yeah,
respect that. You feel me?
yeah. I mean, look, man, I do think what he says is wrong, and but I did say last week that the shit for the thing that I was giving him shit for was just not learning his lesson. It was like, hey, man, whether you think you're wrong or not, it's a lot of people saying you're wrong. It's enough to be like, maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? And obviously, you felt that way because you apologized. You know what I mean? Like,
But
so
did he?
well, he did. He did.
Did he?
He said I'm sorry and he went out, on a limb to apologize. Of course, anybody with, half a brain would say that freaking no disrespect to anybody that has half a brain, by the but yeah, anybody who would notice that it wasn't a real apology, right? But you made a half attempt, a real, you know what I mean? Like if you
Like his
made
like his apology was like, "I'm sorry that you got your feelings hurt."
yeah, but that I'll say there's a difference between that and saying I'm not apologizing. You know what I mean? Like that's there's a difference between those two statements. It's a slight difference, but there's a difference.
Okay,
But I say
I agree,
mm,
but he didn't apologize for what he said. It's he apologized because he didn't want to make you feel that way.
I mean, he went on later on to say, if I'm not mistaken, word for word, I apologize for the things that I said about the
Oh,
LGBTQ. Yeah. Um,
that
but
must have been after he got kicked off of Lollapalooza.
I mean, she's been kicked off of everything, bro. It's going crazy
Did you
right
know
now.
that Lollapalooza was going to be on Hulu last
Nah,
year?
nah, that'd have been dope to see. I mean, it's still dope.
I watched some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I wish they got the playback on that. They still got it up. Dang, they should have keep those. They should keep those. But I say that to say that sometimes, like when I have an outside negative or positive feeling about music, right? It affects how I listen to something. Like And vice versa. Like when I listen to sad music, even when I'm not sad, it makes me sad. Listen to happy music, even when I'm not happy, it makes me happy. But yeah, I see how much music has an influence over people um in that Lox in that Lox Dipset battle, because it's, I don't know, man. It's just like it wasn't about who had the better song. Like I said, it was just about what hit your chest harder at that point, and that's why the Lox had like such a big day that day. Honestly, that's what I feel like. They just have music that just hits your freaking, knocks your socks off. Honestly, I love the Lox, man. I was so happy that happened. I'm mad that I missed it, but it's somewhere on YouTube, man. So if anybody sees it, check it out. Check it out. All right, let's get on to our final segment. It is the Ask Reddit. Actually, I don't even have any Ask Reddits today, man. Do you have any Ask Reddits, or was it my turn?
I do.
Oh,
But
you
we're supposed to
came
do what
prep.
to watch. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm tripping. See, I was already like, my what to watch is that freaking battle. That's what I'm stuck on. But what else is there out good out there to watch, my friend?
So, I recently watched Judas and the Black Messiah, and it was amazing.
Amazing, you say? That's
Amazing.
just it came out a couple months ago on HBO
Yeah.
Max, right? Or
But
in theaters, right?
I missed it when it originally premiered. And then I caught it on its way back.
Well, what was it exactly about, man? Because I know it's like a story of Fred Hampton, you know.
So, it was about Fred Hampton, um, how he built this revolution, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I learned so much about him
yeah,
just from the movie. And also his right hand, one of his right hand people, Bill O'Neill.
mm,
Uh, I don't want to really give too much away, but it's basically everything that has to do with with Hampton,
yeah,
and how he built the Rainbow Coalition and the struggles that he went through, the struggles that the Black Panthers went through, um, beefing with other activists, shit like that. Like it was really great,
yeah,
really good movie.
yeah, man. I definitely heard a lot about it, bro. And but I remember it had piqued my interest because of the soundtrack. Like I still listen to the soundtrack to this day. It has like a couple great records on there.
It does.
One with her, I remember, I think it's called Fight for You, which is super dope. And it has freaking Jay and Nipsey on the same song. Like, come on, bro. Come on. So yeah, I remember, I definitely do remember hearing that. I gotta check it out. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I gotta check it out.
I mean, dude, two great actors. I know that Keith Stanfield, is it,
Yeah, yeah,
won a award for it, won an Oscar, or
yeah.
that's what they're called for movies, right? Academy Award. He won Academy Award for Best Supporting. I'm
Yeah.
lying. He did not. I'm lying. Apparently, which when I read it, it blew my mind.
Mm.
So technically, um,
Daniel Kaluuya.
so technically, that Keith was a supporting actor,
Yeah,
but somehow they also put Daniel
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya
Yeah,
as a supporting actor. But the
yeah.
story was about him, which kind of messed me up. But so he won a award for that, not Lakeith. I think
Yeah,
that I think that Daniel should have won Best Actor,
for that, just
like
straight up.
right, straight up main role, whatever. And Lakeith should have won Best Supporting because I'm gonna say this: I think Daniel Kaluuya,
Hmm.
completely botched that, um, is gonna be the next big thing. he's gonna he's gonna take the spot that they try to put um Michael B. Jordan in.
Oh, oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Or even I mean, God bless the dead is freaking Chadwick. You know what I mean?
Of
Because I
course.
thought that he was. Yeah, I thought that he was gonna be
But
like the next.
here's the thing: is that I think that they were planning to put Michael B. anyway, like
Hmm.
putting Chadwick number two.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I think that that Michael B.
Eh,
Jordan,
mhm.
unfortunately, he's a one trick pony. He acts every role the same.
Yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of his stuff.
He's a
I
great
liked Creed.
actor,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but every role that he does is the same.
I liked
Like
Creed.
just that energy.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, it feels like the same person, or he's not like delving into different personalities as much.
Right.
I can see that. But Daniel Kaluuya, man, he's a freaking great actor, bro. Everything I
Didn't he
seen him
do?
in,
Didn't he do Get Out?
dig it out, and like he definitely pulled me into the movie. Like I felt like I was him, like in that movie. You know what I mean?
So he did Get Out. If
Mhm.
I'm not mistaken, he's also um one of the main guy from Black Panther, the one that Black Panther was fighting
Oh,
against.
like his no, no, no. He wasn't that. That was Michael B.
No,
Jordan.
no, 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 no. Not Fearmonger. From the group I
Kill
from you see you got me messing up my names. Fearmonger. Who the hell's Fearmonger? Um
Killmonger.
Killmonger. No. Um the group that he was that was trying to take his spot as Black Panther.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know
That
what
was
you're
him.
talking about. Yes, yes, you are correct. You are correct.
And then this movie here, the guy's a beast,
Yeah,
man.
he goes hard, man. He goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to you. And I agree, bro. I think he's gonna be the next big thing in acting. Um and playing some really serious parts too. Like
Yeah.
that's what I love. Like these are all movies that I wanted to see. Like and and yeah, these are all things I was interested in. Oh yeah, he was in Queen and Slim. I forgot about that.
He exactly. The
Yeah,
guy's a beast,
yeah,
bro. And he's British. He's from London.
yeah, yeah. So
And
he's
he
killing.
speaks better American than Americans.
He's killing the American accent. I can't even lie. I can't even
He's a
lie.
beast, bro. He's
I
a
w-
beast. And the Keith has always been an actor that for some reason, I always appreciate it. And they always give him small roles,
yeah.
like small but significant roles.
Now, oh good.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say so I could maybe say the same thing that you just said about Michael B. Jordan about Lakeith, right? But I think that Lakeith, his whatever that personality is so interesting that like you have to see it in different lenses, if that makes sense. Like it's worth seeing. Like I'd like to see this person in this situation. I'd like to see this person in the same person in this situation, in a different situation. I'd like to see the same person in a different situation. I don't know. Maybe
I, I can see what you're saying.
mm, but definitely great actor though. Both of them, all of them,
Oh,
honestly great actor.
and I also want to give a shout out to Little Rel. For some reason, Little Rel, he always gets small roles, but he always kills it somehow.
Killing it.
Somehow.
Great. Super funny too. Super funny. I can't even lie.
Dare I
But
say that he's an ex Cedric?
I don't know. I don't even know if he would go that far. But I do rock with him. Um, since we're kind of on Get Lost ish, I mean Get Lost, yeah,
Get Out.
Get Out. Um, Jordan Peele ish, vibes. He's got a new one coming called Nope, which I'm really excited about. I've heard nothing about it. I mean, I don't know anything about it, what it's about or anything, but just the title Nope. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be
Do
a
you
good
know
movie.
who's starring in it?
I know Kiki Palmer is starring in it, who's also a great actor. I love Kiki Palmer.
And Daniel
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya.
Oh wow, that's didn't even mean to do that. That's the crazy part. Didn't even
But
mean to do it.
I mean, I like him. I like Jordan Peele,
Mm.
but he makes some weird movies.
Yeah, definitely weird.
His this man's mind. I want to know who hurt him.
Listen, you never remember another thing. Remember that Get Out is a documentary. It's not a fiction movie. It's a documentary. Telling you, telling you. But yeah, nah, man. Shout out to them. I absolutely plan to
Did you watch
watch.
Us?
I didn't watch Us. It was a little too scary, man. I was like, I don't know, man.
Because I didn't understand it, and then I googled it, and then
Mm.
somebody was like, "You're not going to understand it if you're not black,"
I mean,
and I
I
was like, "Okay, but
you gonna explain it? I think I heard the I think I heard an explanation and I did understand it, but it's a lot to get into. This is like its own podcast, honestly. It will be its own podcast. But I do get it. I do get it. Um and that's the same way I felt about Get Out. Get Out is like it
I
had
understood Get Out."
but I think he made it like that because it was like his first movie. So it was like easy entry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to make it easy for y'all this time. But I think as the movies go, it's going to get like more hidden, like what he's talking about for real, for real. You know? I think so. I think so. But I really rock with Jordan Peele, Daniel Kaluuya. Dan, this is just a love fest. It's a love fest, and I do plan to watch Judas and the Black Messiah. That was actually one of the reasons why I wanted to get HBO Max was
Bro,
when that
it's
movie came out.
really good. It's really, really good. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, but it was
So
really good.
I'm definitely checking in. I'll definitely check it out. Well,
Like I felt like starting a revolution after watching that damn movie.
all right. Well, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, man. Um, Look, man, I'll tell you what. I haven't really been. I'm excited to watch this because I haven't really been watching movies like that. You know, I haven't been really watching anything like that, bro. I've been off of my like watching things, maybe other than the occasional YouTube video. But I'm back on my podcast game, bro. I'm back on my podcast game. I so usually I don't walk around with these headphones, right? I always keep these headphones at home specifically for the pod.
Can I ask you to hold that thought?
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
I
So,
apologize. I had a tinkle.
so it's totally fine. Look, man, we stop this thing like at least once a pod for somebody to go pee. I can't lie.
It's true. They're like,
Somebody's got to
damn,
go
they have
pee.
small bladders.
Listen, man, a lot of coffee, a lot of you know what I mean, a lot of water. It tends to
Bro,
run through you.
my water intake has gone up.
That's good. That's always a good thing. But I say to say, man, freaking, I'm back on podcasts. I don't really take these headphones out of my house. I usually just keep them in to do the podcast. So I don't have any like daily wearers. Actually, my daily wearers freaking got ran over by a pallet jack. So I have this thing where when I break
How'd you
headphones,
manage that?
I don't know, this fell on the ground in the warehouse and I just ran them over. But I have this thing when I break headphones is that I'll wait like a little while, but before getting a new pair, just so that I can like relax my ears, chill, because I play a lot of music, a lot of podcasts, a lot of the time. So this time I took a break for like maybe like almost a month off of no music and everything. And when I came back, yo, it was like give me all the podcasts, give me all the music. So I've been listening to a lot of new stuff, and just a couple things I wanted to suggest since I didn't have any what to watch is to suggest. Number one is freaking Vince Staples' new album called Vince Staples. Very great listen, very great listen. Let me see what else I got. Oh, Isaiah Rashad's new album, "The House Is Burning," also amazing listen. I really enjoyed that. New Styles P album, since we were just talking about the Locks. New freaking Dave East album. If you guys just like straight up rap. And on the podcast side, I haven't really been listening to many new podcasts, but um I just wanted to suggest Rory and Maul podcast. Um, if y'all listen to the Joe Budden podcast at any point, those two guys that used to be on either side of Joe made their own podcast. It's pretty dope. And I've been listening to every episode of that. Hear Me Out with Wayno, also another great podcast. And I've just been listening to a lot of stuff. I can't lie. And that Dave Chappelle podcast called, I think, the Midnight Marauders or something like that. No, that's the one with Barack Obama. But
That makes sense.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But
So you listen to the Dave Chappelle?
only a little bit, just like just him telling stories. I don't want to listen to it because I don't want the allure of Dave Chappelle to I don't want it to like lose its luster. You know what I mean?
I I don't want to listen to it because I'm afraid that it's not going to be good.
It
Because
wasn't great.
you gotta measure. You can't measure a podcast the same way that you would measure his stand up.
Stand up, yeah, yeah.
Like Joe Rogan has a great podcast.
Mhm.
Joe Rogan's stand up is not that great.
Yeah, it's like
It's
just okay.
funny, but it's okay. So I mean, I haven't really been listening to podcasts either because I haven't been going to work.
Mm.
But I do stick with my essentials, which is Your Mom's House podcast done by Tom Segura and Christina P. And Two Bears in One Cave, which is Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. I stopped listening to it for a little bit because Bert Kreischer was filming his movie, and Tom was bringing in guests that I really didn't care. However, you should listen to Two Bears in One Cave with Godfrey. He brought in Godfrey.
Yeah,
Funny as hell, bro. So funny.
I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out, man. And my last suggestion, freaking other people's stories, man. That podcast is like it's crazy, man. Off the wall. A lot of people's stories about a lot of different things. It could go from like I just had a lung transplant to like like I was dating, like my husband cheated on me with my father or something like that, like stories like that, and people just telling like the story of what happened. It's crazy, definitely
Like,
crazy.
so they come on the podcast and tell a story.
Yeah, yeah, and then like these two just like I guess reporters, they come off as normal dudes. They just ask what any person would ask if they heard that story. You know what I mean? That's their role in the podcast. It's just like, well, how do you do this? How did that happen? You know what I mean? Like, it's a really
You
good
see,
pod.
that's a that's something that I would never be able to do. Like if you're like, yo, we should do it. Nah, bro. Because if somebody comes on and be like, my husband cheated on me with my father, I'll be like, what?
Nah, oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
And it's called Other People's Lives, not Other People's Stories. But I'll give you a couple. I'll just give you a couple of titles just to show you how they're coming. Like, um, there's one that's called Feederism. This is the story of a person that practices sexual weight gain. Don't know what that means. Uh, the one right before that is I'm sexually attracted to tickling. Right before that, I'm a maximum security prison guard. We've got I'm homeless on purpose. The one I was mentioning, the one that I listened to that was recently that was crazy was my wife had a baby with my father. That is nuts. That's nuts. So these
that's
people,
crazy.
yeah, these people went through these things and they just tell their stories. Basically, it's a good pod for anybody that's looking for a new one, man. Definitely a good pod. Um, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking about all these stories now. I'm like, bro, you got to listen to at least one of them. Got to listen to at least one of these episodes. I want to see what sexual weight gain is. Honestly, like, what does that mean? Well, I think we should close out on that at least,
What
man.
about the Axe Reddits? Like, yo, you
I'm
kidding me, bro?
tripping, bro. Am I that thirsty to get out of here? I'm
You
tripping.
are, bro.
Tripping. I'm tripping. All right, well, let's get to the Ask Reddits because, and it's crazy because this is one of my favorite segments in the freaking pod. So I definitely gotta give it its due respect.
So trying
Keep it
to,
110. Keep it 110 with me.
I had them here. So if you
Okay.
could get free lifetime supply of one particular product, what would it be?
Free lifetime supply of one particular product. It would have to. I mean, my first initial thought is some type of food, but let me think about something else that I would like really rock with for a lifetime. I mean, it's got to be hats, like 47 brand hats, or like socks, good socks and underwear. If I knew guaranteed every day I was going to be like super comfy in socks and underwear, I'm pretty sure I could like accomplish anything at that point. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me think of another thing though. Let me think of another. I feel like some type of food, man. Some type of food. I don't know what it would be. Maybe like cinnamon pop tarts or something. Mad random, but
I forgot that you like those.
yeah, I rock with the cinnamon ones.
So I'm glad that I take screenshots of like one question, but I also include all the other ones
Oh yeah, so
because
you
the original question I was going to ask you, I look at it, I'm like, that looks stupid. And then
can.
right below it, I was like, I didn't see that at first.
It's
That's a
hitting.
great question.
Okay.
What advice would you give your 10-year-old self?
My 10-year-old self. My 10-year-old self. You know, I would say, even though I wasn't doing this at 10 years old, right? I would say to just worry less. This is something that I've been thinking about like over the past week and everything. Is especially as dudes, I feel like we don't really think about being happy a lot, you know? Like I think that as dudes, like when we grow up, we quickly fall into like this feeling of like duty and responsibility, whether it be to like our families or, like the bills or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of quickly fall into like, I have to do this no matter whether I'm happy or not. You know what I mean? Um, and I think people kind of lose a lot of time like that. It's especially kids. Like it bothers me seeing the kid like worry about something because I'm like, man, you a kid. Like you shouldn't be worried about anything but you know what I mean, getting good grades or something like that. And when I think of back to myself as a kid, I think I was just trying to be too grown up too early. So I was worried about stuff that like I shouldn't even have been worried about, man. Worry about bills that I didn't have and stuff. You know what I mean? As a 10-year old. So I would definitely tell
I would
I would tell
agree
'em. Mhm.
because I remember it would be like, yo, bro, let's go to the mall. Man, I ain't got no money.
Yeah,
And it's like,
exactly.
who cares? We don't buy anything anyway when we go over there.
Exactly. So you know exactly what I mean, man. It's just like I was always worried. I remember at a certain point, like this is after you left, you know what I mean? But like in my friend group, I was the one like the responsible one and everything, you know? And it wasn't because I was responsible. It was just because I was the one that was worried about like what could go wrong, you know? Um but yeah, man, I would now looking forward in my life, I try to worry less, be more grateful just to like what exists, and not try to worry about what doesn't exist. So yeah, I would say that.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that. Here's a good one.
Okay. Oh
What do
boy.
you hate about today's culture?
What do I hate about today's culture? I'm gonna say that it can be seen in the situation of what happened to the baby, right? It's not about him saying the homophobic well, no, it's about everything at once. It's about, number one, the baby said something that was offensive to a lot of people, whether he thought it was or not, and couldn't like fully apologize. That's something that I think that we can't do, is like it's hard as a society, is like to apologize for things, own up, and be accountable for things. Then the social media outrage over it, like like I feel like sometimes with these type of situations, right, there's like, when things fall over to two sides, right, people aren't going to jump sides. Like, everybody knows, the people that knew what the baby said was wrong, they still feel like that. They felt like that the day that he said it, and they still feel like that the day, today. And they felt like that the day before, day before he said it. The people that think that the baby was right, and or that he's justified in what he's saying, thought like that before, what I mean, he said it, and are going to continue to think about that today. So like, so people jump on social media and are throwing shit back and forth at each other, when nobody is going to convince anybody of, what I mean, changing their ways. That's how I feel. And that's what I think is wrong with culture today as well. It's like, yo, at the end of the day, we're not trying to meet anywhere. We're not trying to solve shit. We just want to call it out. Um, I just think that, and it's not to say that calling something out isn't part of the process, but it just should go farther. You know what I mean? And then just that there's just not much room to grow. Like, I think that's, like, people can't make mistakes anymore. I feel bad for kids, man, because it's like, you can't do something stupid on the internet. You can't, say the wrong thing. You can't be ignorant in any way. And not excusing it. I'm not saying that you should be or anything like that, but um I just want people to just be more open to education. Like, that's what it is.
I 100% agree. I I think that's one of the things that I hate the most about this current culture
Mm,
is the cancel culture mindset.
mm,
Um, because back in the day, it was people could say something and there
mm,
wouldn't be this crazy outrage, and yeah, there were still people that were upset, right?
mm.
But the people that were upset wouldn't listen or like wouldn't follow that artist or that news commentator, whoever. They
Yeah,
wouldn't follow them anymore, and they would just lose a fan. You feel me?
yeah,
Like, but now it's I'm gonna make sure you lose millions of fans and also possibly money.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Why?
weird.
Because you got your feelings hurt. Why are we
It,
validate like why are we validating your feelings this much?
so it brings me to, like, I was trying to think about how Eminem, like, dealt with this type of thing, because I know he had got received backlash for homophobic statements in the past and everything too. And I think, if my memory serves correct, it went things kind of went the way that you just said that they went, right? Where it's like, Eminem said something homophobic. Yes, there was definitely media and people that like spoke out against him, called him out, and things like that too. But I think that the bigger impact was made by people that just said, "I'm not going to listen to him anymore." You know,
Yeah.
and I think that there was like a hard line. Like, there's, even to this day, I feel like there's people that are like, I don't listen to him. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not going to play halfway with it or anything like that. I'm just not going to listen to him at all because of how I feel about what he said. Um, and I think I like that's the approach I kind of look for when things like this happen. It's like, yo, all right, this person did this. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't like it, so I'm just gonna not say nothing. You know what I mean? Um, Look, man, things have changed definitely for me personally, since made the pod. Sometimes I feel like we gotta say stuff, about about certain things. But if y'all notice, man, like the things that I don't want to talk about, I ain't gonna talk about. There was a certain person
I
that was getting,
realized.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's a certain person that was getting a lot of buzz, on the pod early on the episodes. We ain't really talking about them, recently. Even though there's a story about him now, 6ix9ine talk about. Um, even like I remember, a few pods ago I said no more talk about Meek. I ain't really talk about Meek since then. So that's how I kind of do it. Like, yo, if I don't really rock with it, then I'm gonna just stop talking about it. That's it. Um, and I wish that would kind of come back, but at the same time, I do think that education is needed, man. So
Yeah.
if there's a call out necessary, then
I mean, somehow as a culture, we've somehow eradicated for the most part cyberbullying,
mm,
but then adopted this cancel culture, which I consider cyberbullying also,
mm,
because you're like now you're ruining somebody's life,
yeah,
and it could it could cause the same outcome. Like, when is all this cancel culture going to stop? When a celebrity takes his or her life because
mm.
they lost everything.
Yeah, and it's still something like that that wouldn't stop. I think,
Like, the baby lost endorsements, he lost shows. Like, what if tomorrow he just says life isn't like where life
mm.
isn't worth living anymore?
But once again, I have less sympathy for the baby because he just kept doubling down, kept doubling down. That's you know what I mean.
I don't have sympathy for him, but it's one of those things where, like, all right, guys, like, I get it, he said something wrong,
Yeah,
but like, let's leave it alone at this point. Just stop
yeah,
listening to him. Don't give
yeah.
him any money.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's how I feel too. That's how I feel too. Like just make them disappear in that way if you don't rock with them. But I'm sure I've shared that same opinion about other people in the past as well. Um, but yeah, man, that's like the biggest thing that I think is like it's not the biggest thing in society. It's just the biggest thing in culture right now. I think is I don't know, man. It's like we just don't know, can't seem to find a focus on what we want. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I think it's a good place to end, my friend.
But what about no?
I was gonna say there's another segment I forgot about. Jeez. At this point, we're just gonna have to leave it. But I think we had a great conversation today. Hopefully, you guys listening enjoyed it too. Um, it's funny because I was nervous about possibly going under an hour, and we definitely topped the hour this time.
Because they started talking
Definitely
about
topped.
COVID.
But thank you everybody that has been listening and sharing and has been with us the whole way. We got some surprises. Next episode we'll definitely get deeper into things that are coming up in store because we've been cooking. We've been cooking definitely. But it's your boy Mar B at just Mar B on Instagram
And it's your boy Mick, aka Goya iGoya XX on Instagram. Please remember to give us a like, share, and comment
and subscribe.
on YouTube, and sub, please. And also give us a like on Facebook. Um, yeah, highlight your boys. We out.
Peace. A Town down. Not even from A Town.